Hey guys, welcome to another episode of my summer signing series. Today we're continuing in alphabetical order. The next big club in the Premier League that we're going to be talking about is, of course, Leicester City. Now this is the squad that they have right now as I'm recording this video. Obviously things can change pretty quickly in the world of football, but right now let's go through the signings that they've already made and players that they've sold and also could potentially be selling. So first of all, they've recently signed Musa. I'm not sure for how much. I'm guessing it was around the 15 to 20 million mark. It's pretty much impossible to find an accurate number. There's so many numbers out there thrown around by different websites. But he cost quite a bit of money, but I can see why they did it. Him and Vardy are going to tear teams apart next season with that pace. And I guess he's playing ahead of Okazaki or Ulloa, who could be on his way out. So I actually think it's a very, very good signing. Now, of course, the big news was Kante has officially left and gone to Chelsea over the last few days for around £35 million. Prior to that, though, they already brought in a replacement, I would say, and that was Mendy. Now, this guy, very similar to Kante, quite a small player, 5'6", really quick, and he's got a hell of an engine in him. He can just run and run and run, and I think Kante will be a huge miss. But this guy, I mean, he could do a decent job, but you can't replace someone like Kante if you ask me. And Mendy, he's got big boots to fill. It's going to be interesting to see how he gets on. Otherwise, I think they're keeping the team as it is. The only one guy that is in the news right now that could be on his way is Mahrez. This is a bit of a difficult one because Mahrez, he's going to be wanted by a lot of clubs. He was so good last season. They've got to keep him. If Leicester don't keep Mahrez, he is very, very difficult to replace. There are not many players like Mahrez out there right now. On the bench, we've got some of their new signings. They've already made Zila a backup to Schmeichel, or should he play ahead of him? I'm not really sure. Thought Schmeichel was great last year. Hernandez was a free signing. He was a free agent this summer. But of course, a lot of clubs bring in players. They also let some go. So apparently, Schwarzer is not going to be there next year. Ulloa is heavily linked with Swansea right now. He could be on his way. Wazalewski, that is one hell of a name. I'm not sure what's going on with this guy. I'm guessing he's not going to be playing next season either. Otherwise, I think they're going to try and keep this squad together. Now, I'm not really sure what other signings they're going to bring in. When they make a signing, it just happens. And it's normally a player that isn't really in the spotlight. So I'm going to try my best to replicate some of their past signings. And let's talk about some of those players. Okay, so first of all, if Mahrez goes, what then? One of the rumours right now is Arsenal might be prepared to let Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain go out on loan. And personally, I think that would be a good fit. Maybe we could take Mahrez. Let's get him relatively cheap and we'll offer Oxlade on loan. Maybe. I wouldn't want to sell Chamberlain. I still think he's got potential to be brilliant. But I'm not so sure this is realistic. It's just something that I've seen. Realistically, though, it looks like they are going to be signing Carnu, or Hal Robson Carnu, I should say. He was incredible in the Euros. Wales were incredible, and he was, I would say, one of their standout players. That Cruyff turn goal. That increased his value tenfold, I bet. We've also got Robbie Brady. He apparently is linked and looks like that could be going ahead and actually would be played as a left back, apparently. And also, this is a player that hasn't been linked, but someone that I think maybe could be someone they look at should Mahrez leave. Untep. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, but he is rapid as well. Leicester is all about hitting people on the counter-attack. We've also got two strikers here who have been linked. One of them is Kalinic. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that one right. And the other is Zaza. This one looking a bit more likely right now, although Ranieri is a big fan of this guy. And if Ulloa goes, they need, I would say, a taller striker. And both these players are a bit taller. I think this guy's 6'2". Yeah, he's 6'2". And Zaza is 6'1". So it kind of makes sense that they are linked heavily. The other player linked right now is Lemina from Juventus. Now that Kante's gone and they've brought in Mendy, the other question is, what about Drinkwater? He apparently is having talks with Leicester, but isn't sure if he's actually going to, extend his contract. And they've offered him $80,000 per week, which, in my opinion, he should just take that. But if he should go, they need someone else in midfield. And apparently Lemina is quite heavily linked. Unfortunately, though, we're going to have to wait a few days to get their scout reports back because I have no idea how much they're worth. And we'll make some offers from there. Okay, so I've simulated 3 weeks. Let's have a look at their ratings. So Lemina is 76. Chamberlain is 78, of course. Carnu is only 66. Now, I think he will get an upgrade because of that performance in the Euros. Brady is 75 and Tep is 79. Kalinic is 78 and Zaza is 79. We're going to start off here with Lemina because I'm actually quite interested to see how much he would cost in a career mode like this. He's recently signed a contract, that's bollocks. He's actually on loan at Juventus and his loan ends this summer. I'm going to go ahead and offer 4 million and let's see what they say. But obviously this is if Drinkwater was to leave. If they can keep Drinkwater, I don't think they need to sign anyone else. But maybe Ranieri thinks they do. Now Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain would come on loan. Let's see if Arsenal would accept that anyway, just out of interest. I think they probably would. We'll go for a 1-year loan, and maybe that would be really good for Oxlade-Chamberlain. I don't think he's done very well for Arsenal recently. Robson Kanu, just because he's 66 rated, he's not a signing that I would make. And I think in real life, he would still cost a good couple of million from Reading. Brady, I'm not too sure about if that's actually going to happen. And actually, I don't think they necessarily need him. Untep, if he was to join, it would be because Mahrez leaves maybe. But let's just find out how much he would be. I'll go ahead and throw in just a bit more than his value. 9.5 million is the value, so 10 million is my offer. And Zaza, unfortunately, has recently joined, so we can't sign him. So let's try and sign Kalinic. I'm really not sure how to say this guy's name. Apparently, he's recently joined as well. Is that true? Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll make an offer anyway. I'll go in with his actual value because he's 27 years old. He's 28 in real life. And let's see what they say. So one team have accepted, and that is for Untep, and the other 3 have declined. So we'll go ahead and get into the contract offer here. 45,000 per week, 4 years, and crucial first team player. I mean, I guess if he was to join, then he would be a crucial first team player. He's actually a very, very good player. I like him a lot. Juventus wants 7 million for Lemina, so I will go in for 6.5, just a little bit less than what they're asking for, and I'm pretty sure they will accept that deal. Fiorentina have rejected. He's recently moved, so we can't make that signing. So Ulloa will stay for now. And Arsenal, surprisingly, have said they are not willing to let Chamberlain go out on loan. But I actually think this could happen if it was asked. I think Wenger would probably let him go out on loan. And there we go. Untep has accepted, so we'll go ahead and get him in the squad. We've still got over 20 million left. And I think Leicester will have quite a bit of money if they sell Kante and Mahrez. Juventus have accepted 6.5 million for Lemina. Technically, we don't have the wages for it, but that will self-adjust. We'll give him 4 years, and we'll give him important first-team player, I guess. Why not? And that should be 2 new signings. Looks like I got ahead of myself slightly. Lemina has actually declined the contract, so I'll give him 60k. We can afford it. We'll go ahead and give him crucial first-team player just to make him sign up. Come on, mate. And there we have it. So he has accepted that. It was all about the money for this guy. And actually think that would be a quality signing should Drinkwater leave, or just a good signing anyway. So here we go. This is the normal 4-4-2 if that's when they have Drinkwater and Mahrez still in the club. And this is what it could look like potentially. Lemina and Untep instead. Now, there is still one position that I think Leicester should work on, and that is at right back. Now, the reason I've left this till last is because it's very, very difficult, I think, to really find a realistic target for Leicester City. I have no idea who they could be going for. However, I've got some ideas, but they're probably not very realistic. So, as you can see here, we've got Darmian and Arbeloa. Now, I know Darmian potentially is out of favour at Man United because Mourinho isn't a fan. He's Italian. Maybe Ranieri could give him a go at Leicester City. I think that would be an incredible signing. But who knows if that is something that could happen. The other player, Arbeloa, he's no longer going to be at Real Madrid. He's still looking for a club, but there are teams like AC Milan, Napoli. I think there's a lot of teams looking to get him. He has a lot of experience. He's been at Madrid for so long now. And I think Leicester could do really, really well if they could get Arbeloa. And I think he would improve that squad. I really, really do. Although he is a little bit older now, he's still quality. And maybe that's something they could go for. But of course, there are plenty of right-backs out there that are still young. Maybe even Callum Chambers from Arsenal. Maybe he could go on loan as well. I just remembered about Callum Chambers. Other than that, I'm really not sure who they could go for. So I'm just going to leave that down to you guys to play around with if you want to. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I think this has been one of the most interesting yet. Obviously, it's only a bit of fun. That is the disclaimer. I mention it every single episode. It's just a bit of fun. Obviously, these signings might never come true, but you learn who they've already signed, who they've sold, and I think it's a great bit of fun. So thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like rating. I believe the next episode is Liverpool, which should be interesting, and I will see you for that shortly.